Jordan Bianchi of The Athletic broke the big news in NASCAR earlier this week, reporting that Aric Almirola has been suspended from Joe Gibbs Racing due to a violent confrontation with Bubba Wallace. This of course shocked the NASCAR community, but Bubba Wallace has now also commented on what happened. And well, let's just say Almirola will probably not be so happy about this coming to light. Could this become something that will hurt Almirola's legacy? And will we see him returning to the track soon, or is he done for? According to the reporter, Almirola was suspended since he was the catalyst in the event. It apparently occurred early in the week coming up to the Xfinity Series race in Charlotte, from which Almirola was withdrawn. Furthermore, the confrontation appears to have occurred during a weekly competition meeting attended by both Joe Gibbs Racing and 2311 Racing drivers. Aric Almirola has not driven the number 20 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota Supra since Darlington in May. According to Bianchi's sources, JGR suspended Almirola indefinitely following the event. However, the suspension will be lifted in time for the July 20th race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This is not Wallace's first alleged incident with Almirola. Last season at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Almirola assaulted Wallace during a rain delay argument and later claimed Wallace was cursing at him. Wallace made no remark on the incident after the race, only adding, "When you walk around with two faces, that's what you get." Almirola, who raced full-time in the Cup Series for 12 years, rejoined Joe Gibbs Racing ahead of the 2024 season. He would make a predetermined number of starts in Xfinity while driving the number 20 Toyota with John Hunter Nemechek. He would also act as a mentor for the group of younger drivers. This season, the Florida native has made 5 Xfinity starts. He made his season debut at Las Vegas Motor Speedway before returning to the car the following week at Phoenix Raceway. Almirola has 3 top 5 finishes this season. His best finish was a victory at Martinsville Speedway. Since Almirola's final start, the number 20 Toyota has been operated by a number of different drivers. Gibbs drove the entry to 9th place in Charlotte. Ryan Truex drove the entry in Portland. Nemechek made starts in Sonoma and Iowa. Christopher Bell is the most recent driver to take over the number 20 Toyota. He won the Xfinity race in New Hampshire, the first of 2 victories at the 1.058-mile circuit last weekend. But now Aric Almirola is expected to drive for Joe Gibbs Racing at Indianapolis Motor Speedway next month, after missing the prior few months due to a team-issued punishment for a confrontation with Bubba Wallace. A JGR representative stated Thursday that the team had no reaction on the report. Multiple individuals with knowledge of the decision have said in the previous month that Almirola's absence was due to a confrontation with Wallace during the meeting. Wallace, for his part, denied that anything occurred when questioned on May 25th as he was ready to exit the room where drivers held their weekly media availability. "Who said that?" Wallace told when questioned. When told that was the rumor, Wallace said, "Is that right?" When asked if this may be why Almirola was not in the car, Wallace replied, "No, we've had our disagreements before, but damn, that's crazy." Wallace has elected to take the high road and restrict his views on the subject, although he did make one sharp remark that may be seen as a swipe at Almirola while meeting with the media on Saturday afternoon. "They don't want me to get into details. Keep some people's images good," Wallace said. "I think I said enough at Charlotte last year, so all in all, life is good for me. That shit happened over a month ago. A lot of good has come my way, and that's what I'm focused on. Focused on getting our stuff turned back around, and off the racetrack, I'm focused on my wife and baby boy that's growing and growing, so that's all you can really ask for. So things are good for me off track, not so much on track. That's what we're focusing on right now. So, there you go. That's the only question you'll get." Wallace is referring to an argument between the two that occurred during the Coca-Cola 600 last year. Almirola, who was driving in his final full-time Cup Series season for Stewart-Haas Racing, had an on-track altercation with Wallace and claimed he was flashed the middle finger. Thus, Almirola questioned Wallace about it. "Just early in the race, I felt like I gave him a lot of room," he remarked. "We were racing, and I felt like I was running him pretty clean, and I felt like he was racing me really dirty. I let him go and then he shot me the bird, so I just went to go ask him why he shot me the bird. And then he started mouthing off and cussing at me, and I just told him I wasn't going to have that." Wallace referred to him as two-faced. "Yeah, passionate man," Wallace said. We were racing hard in the second stage and we finished fourth, so it was a good day. I don't know. We were trying to figure out how to finish fourth and we did it. When you walk around with two faces, that's what you get. Of course, Almirola has a great reputation, at least in the NASCAR world. He's improved throughout his racing career, which included a lengthy spell in the Cup Series. However, it's clear that Joe Gibbs Racing's Xfinity Series season hasn't been without its challenges. Furthermore, Wallace's statement, "I think I said enough at Charlotte last year," refers to when he dubbed Almirola two-faced last season. Regardless, Bubba Wallace has decided to focus on making the Cup Series playoffs in 2024, since he is currently on the outside looking in. Nonetheless, it's clear that Aric Almirola and the number 23 driver for 23XI Racing don't get along, but they'll continue to race for Toyota. It is what professionals do, and it is what Joe Gibbs Racing and 23XI Racing will expect from them throughout the remainder of their respective seasons. The most recent altercation between these two drivers, which was reported to be violent, happened during a competition meeting at Joe Gibbs Racing. However, not all of the remaining drivers were present. So, what started as a rumor has now been proven as reality. But how does Denny Hamlin react to Bubba Wallace and Aric Almirola's fight? The NASCAR driver and team co-owner had nothing to say about the event. Denny Hamlin claimed the pole at Nashville Superspeedway. He then walked to the media center to field questions from reporters. The Wallace-Almirola battle came up. The 23XI Racing team owner had little to say. Bubba Wallace has more or less dealt with it. It's been almost a month. Furthermore, despite the fact that the incident occurred at a Joe Gibbs Racing competition meeting, Hamlin was not there. "I think you answered it. I don't really have a comment on it because I wasn't there at the time," Hamlin told the audience. "So I don't know what transpired, it's all hearsay from my standpoint. At 23XI, we let Joe Gibbs Racing handle it, and they did what they saw fit. Again, I don't know all the details because I didn't want to get too much into the personal business and still don't." 23XI Racing and JGR share data. That implies they hold joint competition meetings. One thing led to another, resulting in a violent altercation. JGR believed that Almirola was the culprit and banned him indefinitely from the Xfinity Series squad. This entire event took place behind closed doors, and no matter how much media attention it receives, it will most likely remain that way. We won't know what caused the fight, but we know it happened. Even Wallace was hesitant to discuss the incident. Wallace, however, received no disciplinary action as a result of the alleged dispute with Almirola. He has persevered with his season, hoping to return to the playoffs. So it's safe to say he wasn't the one starting whatever happened back then. But what really happened, we'll probably never know. But what do you think? Do you think Almirola went too far? And if the rumors of the alleged physical altercation are right, is suspending the right thing do? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive almost daily news video about the NASCAR Cup Series.